Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Elena Carlotta Manavis, and I'm the co-founder of the project StepUpLabs. In the beginning of the week, around Tuesday, you followed a live from my co-founder Joachim about work-life balance, and today we're here to talk about deeper, in a more technical way, about task management and energy optimization. So why are we decided to treat these topics, first of all, in our lives? We are well experienced in coaching, mentoring, and business development. And in our experience, most of our customers really need first to reorganize their time. I absolutely understand how our time is really tough to keep under control. The person you see today is not the person who was 2 years ago. I was working Here I am back. I'm sorry, but lately in Sofia we have issues with the internet and it's really complicated to find a stable connection. So if I will be interrupted again, I will try to get back. So what I was saying is that for me, task management, time management has been a major issue as well. So 2 years ago, I was really working often 7 days 7, 6 days 7. I was sitting at my MacBook at 10 a.m. Sometimes I was shutting down my MacBook around 11 p.m. I was also forgetting to have 3 meals a day sometimes. Then last year, 1 year ago, I discovered that yes, who I am, my values, the fact I'm doing a job I really love is really important. My business life, my ethics, my values are exactly reflected in my business life. But life is made of a lot of other things. Life is made of human relationships. My life is made of trips we take just for the pleasure of them. Life is made of good food. Life is made of friends. So what I started doing was monitoring my time. And this is the first tool I wanted to talk to you about. To understand exactly how we manage our time, we can use some useful apps such as Toggle or Tracking Time. These are the two best I use even with teams, not just on my own. You create a series of projects. My advice is to create projects not only concerning your working life, but also your private life, your hobbies. And for at least 2-3 weeks, please monitor how you invest your time during the day. It's really important because it makes us understand which amount of time we're actually investing in working, which amount of time we're just keeping busy, which amount of time we're actually investing in doing things we like. So in a balanced lifestyle of a freelance or an entrepreneur, our time cake, if we think it as a cake, should be divided in 3 big slices. One of them is focused on learning and studying, because if we stop learning and studying, we can't grow. One of them should be focused on ourselves, because the reason why we are doing what we're doing is us, is no one else. 1/3 of our time should be focused on working. So this time monitoring will allow you to understand exactly where are you investing your time. Do you have enough time to focus at least on the other 2 major topics of our life? After this, I started rescheduling my way of working. So I was always led by the fact that being location independent means having freedom of handle my day in the best way possible. This quite often ended up with really starting in the morning and finishing late night and spending a lot of time pretty much doing nothing major, but I was busy the whole day. What I tried to do, I've never been a morning person. In 2017, I started waking up very early in the morning and creating some shifts. So some time frame where I will be working. After this, I will deactivate all the notification concerning to work. All my customers and my colleagues and my partners have a way to direct message me in case of something really urgent. But I know that in these days, I decided my working shifts, and after this, I have the rest of the time for myself. So how can you be effective when you actually reduce the time you're active? What I started doing since January was really organizing my day with To-Do List. I'm using mostly Wunderlist and To-Do List. They are two very powerful tools, and they're synchronizable with your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar, so it's really easy to keep track of everything you have to do. I started not to feel overwhelmed by the big goals, by the big things I have to do, to split them. So if I want to achieve a goal in 1 year from now, I will create, first of all, milestones. Every 3 months, a small milestone. Every 6 months, a bigger milestone. And at the end of my deadline, I will have the big reward. Every milestone will have its own reward. Then every month, I'm taking the milestones, analyzing them, and creating weekly tasks. So I know that every week I have to take a slightly big step to achieve my long-term goal. My really last step is every Sunday night scheduling my week and taking this weekly step and creating a to-do list of very tiny tasks. So this really simplifies my life. I don't have a clue when I'm going to bed. I'm not thinking about it or what is expecting me the next day. I just have my to-do list of very small, tiny tasks. Sometimes it's just email this person, reach out to this other person, call your consultants. It's really easy to have 2 very tiny tasks, not keeping you on the screen or busy for more than 20 minutes, than having a big goal, which is overwhelming, and sometimes we tend to procrastinate it. So let's try this to-do list thing. You will see that at the end, achieving a big goal, reaching a high point, takes nothing but a series of very small steps. And very small steps are very rarely causing you anxiety. And when you wake up in the morning after, for instance, for me, my routine is reading the news and having a coffee, I will just check my list and I will organize my task with this priority. Everything that is urgent and important goes first. Everything that is important but not urgent goes later, but has to be done. Everything, if I find myself facing unexpected things like rescheduling sessions and meeting, I will postpone only things that are important but not urgent. Or even better, I will delegate these tasks. Because in a healthy lifestyle, delegating is absolutely important. Especially in the business world, being the one-man band is never a very wise idea if we want to have growth and quality of life. Whenever you're planning your week, try to keep big chunks of free time. This is a very smart strategy. So, of course, we're in charge of our own planning, but many things can happen. We are human, our customers are human, time zones, in our case, that we're location independent. All the plans you can make at the end of the week might not turn out perfect in the next week. So what you do is creating bubbles in your working time. So it's called the Swiss cheese model. After every meeting, after every important task, please be sure to have some free time. This free time can be spent to optimize things, to do other things that I call time eaters, these small tasks that are eating our times but have to be done if we can't delegate them. Or just relax, because we really need to empty the bucket, especially when in our working life we're following multiple projects and we have to be focused on all of them. So try to keep your week the smoothest possible. It's not a very important trophy to get, being proud of working 70 hours per week, as I was 2 years ago. The point is not to be workaholics. The point is to be efficient. The point is the result. The point is that your customers, that the people you're working with are effective, are happy, are getting results. So if you really manage your tasks in your life in the best way, you will have more than enough time for yourself, to enjoy yourself, to study, to do everything you feel the need and the wish to. And this is a very important step. Another very important step in task management is energy management. So each of us is different. There are some people that are more productive in the afternoon. There are the so-called night owls. There are morning people, as I discovered I am. Try to understand when is your most productive time. You have to think it as you have an inside battery. So this battery is refilling every time you go to bed. It's going to be totally full every time you wake up. During the day, breaks, walks, gyms, activities we like, everything empowering us is helping us to get a bit of refill of the power, but it's never totally recharging usually. Let's try to really focus on this energy, this battery we have, and let's try to administrate our energy in the best way possible, so that we will not walk out from our shifts exhausted and, yeah, I would like to take this yoga class, but I'm too tired for that. No, you should have enough energy. Something I find really useful for myself is keeping, I call it hiding Monday. So of course on Monday I'm working, but I dedicate the day of Monday to study, to work behind the screen. This is why I call it the hiding Monday, to do all the activities that usually takes me a lot of time, but at the same time are kind of, I can do them with my own time. I can take as many breaks I want. I will review documents, I will send out email, I will talk with my partners or co-workers, I will schedule the week for the teams I'm following. So working this way, Monday is a very smooth beginning and I have all the time to plan, to adjust, to organize things. I also try to keep my Friday the most empty possible. This is a reason. As I said before, something can go wrong. You might have six meetings this week. And of these 6 meetings, 3 are going to be delayed or postponed. You don't want to end up having one day with more of 3 meetings or following more of 3 projects. Because you're human, you deserve to be focused on every project you're following. You deserve to be very attentive, and you need to save some energy for yourself again. So keeping a sort of empty Friday will allow you to recover some of the rescheduled meetings or some of the things you didn't manage to do during the week. Another thing I'm doing since 1 year now, I'm always keeping 1 to 2 days off per week. My days off are really off. Often I have the no phone day, so I will not check my phone. On my phone, all the working notifications are deactivated on my day off. I answer only to emergencies. Everything else can wait. On my day off, I can do everything I want. Sometimes I spend the day boringly being at home, reading a book, drinking tea. If it's a rainy day, sometimes I will walk or hike. But this is the time for me and no one else. So it's really important to have at least one day off a week, because it's our time for ourselves. It's our time to reward ourselves for what we're doing. It's our time to rest. It's our time to create and cultivate our personal relationship, which are really important. They are as important as your business, because your business is a reflection of you, but you're not your business. You're going to be the same person even if you change career radically today. You're going to be the same exact person if you would become a photographer or a painter instead of being a marketer or a graphic designer. So always be sure that your goals reflect your wishes and not just your career. Always be sure that you take care of your ecosystem, not just the working one. And always be sure you take care of yourself. So I gave you my task management and energy optimization secrets. Honestly, right now that I'm working at a good pace, I'm following several projects. I'm just letting you know, I'm working not between maximum 15 hours per week. And yeah, this is pretty much how much I'm on the field. I'm actively working. The rest of my time is focused on other things. So if any of you has questions, I will be more than happy to answer right now, live. If not, you can always reach out to the mail elena@stepuplabs.co. You can always book 30 minutes of pre-session with me or with my co-founder Joachim. We're more than happy to brainstorm with you. We're more than happy to talk about your needs. And we also created a Facebook group where entrepreneurs, freelancers, everyone who actually want to take a step up personally or business-wise can talk about their needs, can talk about everything they want, and they might find answers to questions from the other members of the group. We are always there, both Joachim and I, answering to any question. So feel free to join. I will link on this video all the links for our page and our Facebook group. If there are no more questions, I guess our break is over. So it was really great to have you all here. I saw some very known names appearing. I'm very glad you guys took some time to follow me. Thanks to you all, and let's get in touch. Ask me anything. Have a nice, wonderful day.